Greetings fellow Decepticons, Sandblaster1987 here with my first ever Transformers 1 movie tie-in toy review. Full disclosure, I haven't actually seen the movie at the time of recording this review, but today I'll be bringing you yet another charity shop purchase, Transformers 1 Power Flip Optimus Prime. This is one of those figures that has the ability to function as both a fully transforming figure and an electronic lights and sounds type of thing, while also maintaining the full functionality of the Transformers 1 movie storyline by having Orion Pax transform into Optimus Prime and back again with the functionality of the figure itself. Now, sadly my copy is incomplete due to being a charity shop rescue, so he is sadly missing the sword, the axe, the matrix of leadership, and the roof cover shield piece that came with him, which is why I've had my hands over the roof of the vehicle mode for the rest of this video up to this point. He's also missing one of the smokestacks on his shoulders as well. But as you can see here, he is in most of his Cybertronian truck vehicle mode, as seen in the Transformers 1 movie. Relatively faithful to the design, minus the visible hands on the untransformable solid feet. There's a button down here that allows you to get some lights and sounds, and depending on which mode you're in, you'll get different lights and sounds, but either way the spark chamber, so area where the matrix would be, would light up with a strong blue LED, so press this bit with the yellow details that you get. Only 2 sound effects for vehicle mode, but we'll learn a lot more as we get through the rest of the features of this thing. So for size comparison, here is most of Power Flip Optimus from Transformers 1 next to Age of the Prime's Deluxe Class Aerial Slingshot, and the robot mode of Solus Prime from the Age of the Prime's toy line. Although it's never officially confirmed, I like to think that Solus Prime was the one whose transformation card Galita 1 was given in the movie. But I'll have to do some more research on the movie itself and get back to that another time. So, to transform from vehicle mode into cogged Orion Pax, what you want to do first is disengage the arms from the sides like so. Bring those up into the middle, like so. Then you want to bring the waist assembly down and use this big chunk here to lock it into place. Same as with the original Armada Starscream mold and my previous review of the Armada Skywalk figure, like so. It's a little bit stubborn on my copy, so please bear with me. As you can hear, it does the noise, as few editors would say. So next what you want to do is split the legs with the little clip on the ankles, rotate the hips 180 degrees so that the legs are facing the other way. Actually no, it's not the hips you need to rotate, it's the thigh swivel, sorry, my mistake. Rotate the thigh swivel so the legs are facing the right way. Then double hinge the shoulders up so that the grey bits are going up and the red bits are going down. Lock the red bits of the shoulders in on themselves and lock the grey bits in like so. Then rotate the smokestack so the ends are pointing upwards as per usual Optimus Prime standard fare. Same on both sides. Make sure that the forearms are facing correctly. And here we have Orion Pax in robot mode. So, articulation in this mode, you have a mostly almost 360 degree rotating head, but of course the engineering and transformation and such like get in the way of that, so don't try and force it all the way around or you'll break something. Also, each shoulder does move, but you have to hold the other one in place because of the power flip armor gimmick being similar to the ultra class Energon Armour figures from Transformers Cyberverse. So you've got a 90 degree T-posing outward movement as well as 360 degree swivel of the shoulders. You've also got a swivel just above the elbow and a ratcheted 90 degree elbow bend. You've got a rotating wrist And you've got multiple 5mm ports for weapon mounting and such across this figure. Then below the waist, there's nothing of the actual waist itself for transformation, but you do get universal hip movement, a thigh swivel, and sadly no knee or ankle joints due to the simplicity of the figure of a transformation. I'll explain why the knee joints don't work in a moment, but first, just a quick extra demonstration of the sound effects, because like I said before, they do change from one form to the next. So those are axe swinging and sword clashing effects from the weapons that are supposed to be included with this set. Sadly they weren't included in my copy because it's second hand from a charity shop. But anyway, to transform, well, first of all, here's Solus Prime again for a size comparison with Orion Pax's robot mode. Then to transform from Orion Pax into Optimus Prime, what you want to do next is pull and extend the legs like so. The arms sadly don't extend, so they're way too short in Optimus mode, but what you want to do next is gently first dislocate the chest window, then pull and extend the torso like so, so that much like the Robots in Disguise 2001 Optimus Prime, the larger super robot head of sorts manages to overlap and supersede the primary robot mode head for the torso. And here we have Optimus Prime in his full cogged transformable form. Again, his arms are too short because of the transformation engineering for Orion Pax, but still. Size comparison again with Solus Prime. As you can see, he's about twice her size now. So, lights and sounds again. Press this button on the waist here. Again, more sort of Matrix of Leadership Energy Blast style sound effects here. Still no knee joints, but all the articulation from before is the same, including a 360 degree swiveling head, which is fully posable now because there's nothing behind it to get in the way. So, what you want to do for the power flip effect is you want to grab both shoulders and move them backwards at the same time, and that will activate the spring-loaded flip gimmick on the back, similar to the ultra-class Energon Armour figures from the Cyberverse line. So, brace yourselves, here it comes. Hang on, just a second. Really hard to do this on camera, I'm afraid, so please bear with me a bit. There we go. Now we have Power Flip Optimus Prime in its full Power Flip armor form. And once again the sound effects change. So, again, articulation is still the same as it was before, so I'm not going to bother going back over it because I'd just be repeating myself at this point. But to put away the armour, what you have to do first is fold in the chest flaps, like so. Then it does the transformation noise both ways if you're interested. Then what you want to do is make sure it's fully folded over like so, and hook it underneath these little clips on the back like so. And finally, even though my copy is missing it, you can access the Matrix of Leadership just by opening this spring-loaded chest panel, and it's supposed to be clipped onto this piece here that flips over with the Optimus head during transformation. So, that more or less concludes my Transformers 1 Optimus Prime Power Flip review. I've been Sandblaster1987, thanks again for watching. I will watch the Transformers 1 movie at some point, but I haven't got access to it at the moment. So, with that being said, my next review will be the Blast and Battle XL-15 spaceship playset from a Buzz Lightyear 2022 movie. And until then, till all are one.